What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Busy Life Podcast. My name is Julie, and I'll be your host today. And today we're going to talk about the most requested topic, which is how to be busy and healthy. As a personal trainer, a nutrition coach, and a women's health fitness specialist, this is the number one thing that people talk to me about. They always say to me, Julie, I don't have time. Julie, I can't do this. Julie, that just doesn't work for me. Julie. That's bullshit. Another thing, please remember that this is a podcast that does include cursing. So if you do have littles around or anybody that you don't want to hear any foul language, please put your earbuds on. So, but yeah, you can be busy and healthy. It is 100% possible. And I've actually got a little story for you because I know that in the past couple episodes, I talked about what can come from being too busy. And that's important to remember too. But I also want to talk about some amazing things that I got done being a busy, productive person. So, in the past 5 years of my life, I have gotten my personal training certification, which is not an easy test. A lot of people nowadays are personal trainers, and that's amazing. I think we're moving towards a very healthy movement, like a very healthy outlook on life. A lot more people are, instead of saying like, oh my God, she goes to the gym, it's really, from what I've seen, a lot more complimented. It's becoming a norm to actually and finally take care of our bodies, where I feel like before, and this is just me speaking from my experience, you only went to the gym if you were an athlete or if you had a very specific goal and you needed to, because that was at least the world that I grew up in. So again, I'm only speaking for myself, but now being a personal trainer and I see so many more personal trainers, I wonder if that is just the movement where it's like women can be strong and women can maybe do some more pull-ups than the guys, or maybe can lift a little bit heavier than everybody thought that we could because we're women. That is a whole other topic for another podcast for another day, because trust me, I'm going to have some amazing guests come on for that. And we are going to talk about women empowerment. But back to what I was saying, it's what is the best way to describe this? It's the norm to take care of your body. And it always, in my opinion, should be. But I don't think it was for a while. And now I think to see people in the gym, to see people exercising regularly, and to see people genuinely taking care of themselves, that's amazing. Which just goes back to my point of you can be busy and healthy. So I got my personal training certification. I got my nutrition coaching certification. I got my women's, I always mess up this name, my women's health and fitness specialization. It might not even be what it's called, but that's generally what it's called. It's through NASM. All of them are through NASM. I am not sponsored by NASM or anything. That is just the program company that I use and is actually one of the most respected ones. So yay, NASM. But in the past 5 years, got my personal training certification, got my nutrition coaching certification, got my women's specialization certification, got my master's in special education, got engaged. Now that wasn't, that's a whole other thing. Was able to maintain a healthy relationship. Let's say that to the point where Ryan said, you know what, I'm going to marry her. So cool. Thank you, Ryan. I love you. But yeah, you can get a lot done if you put your mind to it. And this is a massive one for me. I just paid off my car. Woo! I got to figure out how to add like clapping sounds and everything to this, because that was, holy cow, you guys. I paid off my car. All of those things that I've done in the past 5 years are because I was dedicated and I genuinely wanted to take care of my life. I wanted to take care of myself, and I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. So I'm pretty damn proud. And with all of that, yeah, there's a lot of shitty things that happen. And there's a lot of moments that don't go as planned. But I genuinely do look back and I am proud. I am so proud. I know I mentioned that the last 3 years of my life have been the loneliest years of my life, but I'm still so, so proud of who I was and who I am and who I will be. That is being healthy and being busy. What's not healthy about that is if all of a sudden I just start, oh my God, but Julie back then wasn't doing this, and Julie back then wasn't doing that, and da 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 da. Don't you dare pick apart yourself. Don't do that. Because you know what? Your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, that is just as important as your physical health. And I'm going to say that again in this podcast because that is something that I think is super, super important. Shout out to my all-time favorite personal trainer friend. I mentioned her before. Kelsey Wells always says this. Health is more than physical. It is mental, emotional, and spiritual. And I resonate with that so, so much. Please listen to my last episodes if you're like, what are you talking about? Because my mental and emotional health are what suffered the most the last 3 years. However, I was actually able to maintain a pretty healthy body. And now I know you guys are thinking, well, wait, what the hell? I thought we were talking about how you can be healthy and busy. We are. I'm going to tell you what worked for me and what I wish I had done. Because nobody's perfect. Perfect is not something that we ever want to attain or achieve. It's not realistic and it's not real. Same fucking word, Julie. It's not a thing that you should ever want to be. What you should want to be is a better version of who you were yesterday. You only ever want to be better than the person you were yesterday. Not better than this person who's on Instagram, not better than that person who's over there doing this, this, and that. Better than who you were yesterday. 1% better. That is a quote that I've heard very frequently. I don't think I could tell you who said it because I've heard it from many people, but be 1% better than the person you were yesterday. Or even the person you were an hour ago. What if you had a shitty morning? Okay, maybe I flicked off some people in traffic. Maybe I sped through and cut a couple people off and maybe I said some not nice things because my dogs were drooling all over my seat and I was pissed because Tucker does this thing where he shakes his body and then all his fur gets in my shake in the morning and I'm probably like, fuck. But no. Be better. Be better than you were. Either that morning, yesterday, a year ago. Better yourself. So I want to talk about what does work. How can you actually be busy and still be healthy? Because it is attainable. I don't want to talk about the negatives today. Those are in my last couple podcasts. I already mentioned a couple things that I wish I could have done and a couple things that I really think I could have done better at. And I'll touch on those a little bit, but this is a positive episode, you guys. This is an episode about how you can do it because you can. And I say this at the end of every episode. You can do it because you deserve a better life. And I guarantee you, if you're listening to this, it's one of two reasons. Number one, you're supporting me, which I fully, fully appreciate. Or number two, this actually interests you. So if you're listening, this is meant for you. All right? Okay, so according to, let's see, who is this? The University of California in San Francisco, they have got a lot of tips for staying healthy and active while making sure that we are not overdoing it. And I'm going to share with you the ones that mean the most to me and that actually worked for me. What can I do? Julie, I'm a mom. I have 2 little ones. I work from home, so I'm always babysitting them, and I'm really, really tired, and my husband doesn't really help. So whenever I need 30 minutes to myself, it's really hard because I got the kids there, and they're always doing this, and they're on top of me, and they're fighting, and then the one girl puts this in her mouth, and then my other daughter does this. I've heard it. You can still be healthy. Oh, but Julie, I live at home, and I have 2 dogs and I'm by myself and I pay my rent and I'm in a lot of debt and I can't do this. You can do it. I promise. You can't tell me something that somebody else hasn't already told me and make me change my mind. You can do it. You could be fighting the most frustrating fight of your life, and you can still do it. The ultimate tool that you need to do is make it work for you. And I know exactly what's going through your brain. Right now, you're like, Julie, that's why I'm listening to this, because I don't know how to make it work for me. And that's why I'm here. I want you to pause and for a second, think about, what do you actually want? A lot of people come to me and say, Julie, I just want to lose weight. Julie, I just want to have more money. Julie, I just want to eat healthier. Julie, I just want to do this. Julie, I just want to do that. And I'm 100% here to listen. But as I mentioned before, my biggest pet peeve is when people say that they're going to do something and they don't actually do it. So, what are you going to do? What do you genuinely want? Think about our dreams episode we talked about. What are your dreams? What are you doing about them? Because I bet you, if you're listening to this right now, something that's really important to you is being healthy. Shocking. How can you genuinely be healthy? And I'm going to give you a minute to truly reflect on your life right now. What does it look like? How do you feel? Do you feel like you have positive relationships? Do you feel supported? Do you feel like you're genuinely taking time for yourself? Or is it being shared with either your partner, your kids, or a friend, or with somebody else? And what is something that you wish you could change? And I'm giving you a second on that because I genuinely want you to think about it. For me, I wanted to be happier. I have been the skinniest thing that you have ever seen. And I've also been on the other side of that, where I looked in the mirror and I said, oh my God, I need to lose 50 pounds. I lost the 50 pounds. Oh my God, now I need to gain weight. Oh my God, I'm this. Oh my God, now I'm that. I was never really happy. I couldn't find my inner happiness. And therefore, I wasn't healthy. I used to go through the diets where, oh, but you know what? I really want to look good tomorrow. I'm going to take these pictures and you know what? I really want to make sure that my stomach doesn't bloat. Or, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to go here and, you know, it's a party and I really want to wear this tight dress because that boy's going to be there. Yep, Julie did this in college. So I'm not going to eat today. Yep. Or the opposite. You know what? Fuck it. I deserve to eat everything and anything, so I binge. Or even this one. Today was a really rough day. So guess what? I really want some ice cream. I don't want just a little bit. I'm going to have the whole fucking container. Now, I want to say one thing before I continue. I am not a licensed professional, and I am not authorized to prescribe you anything or to give you any kind of medical advice. This is personal advice that has worked for me. So think about all those things, okay? Do you find that you're on one bandwidth of that? I don't even know if that's the right word of it. Do you feel like you're on one side of that? You either really want to lose weight and you don't get it because you're working out and you're doing this and you're doing that, or you really want to gain some weight because, oh my God, I'm so tired of people telling me I'm so skinny. Or do you want to fix your relationship with food? Because you know what? You let the stress of the day take over your food. I hear you. All of those are very valid feelings. And being healthy is not having to feel like that all the time. I'm not going to pretend like there aren't days that are harder than others, because there are, but they are very hard. And when you have them so frequently, it can really make you feel unhealthy. So I get that. So here's what I'm going to tell you. I want to give you, and I really thought about these. These are my 3 best tips for genuinely finding a healthy relationship between being busy and wanting to be healthy. And these 3 things I really need to talk about in depth. So I need you to bear with me. Number 1, prioritize. Yeah, pretty vague. But I'm serious. Prioritize your life, all parts of it. When you think healthy, I'll tell you what comes to my mind. When I think of the word healthy, I think of those classic fitness models on the cover of like a generic sports magazine that are, oh, get abs in less than 20 minutes and have them by next week. That's horrible, because that's what the world wants us to think is healthy. So prioritize these parts of your life. And I promise it does not matter what the cover of the magazine says. First thing you need to prioritize is sleep. I don't give a shit what you have going on. I don't even care if you have insomnia, because I also have insomnia. What I care about is you prioritizing it. You are totally allowed to have a night where you did everything. You put the phone down. You made sure that you took melatonin and you did your stretches, and then you have a bad night's sleep. Okay, then you can complain. But try it. You need to prioritize your sleep. The average human needs anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of sleep. If you are not giving yourself that, you are not prioritizing your sleep, and you are therefore not allowed to complain that you're tired. Unless you're a mom, or unless you've got a lot of other things going on. I get it. Sometimes there's phases in life where you cannot get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. But please try. And if you can't get 7 to 9, then please just go for 1 more hour than you did the night before. Your sleep is where you recover. It's where you rest. Literally. It's where your body can say, oh, thank God, I'm done. Today was busy. Today was hard. Or today was great. Oh my God, I earned this. You need to sleep. Prioritize it. Make it important to you. And take it seriously. Okay, what else do you have to prioritize? Your water. Water, 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 water. I've said this before, and I don't give a shit if you have to pee all day. I pee all freaking day. And you know what? I don't care, because I'm hydrated. I can tell when I am not hydrated because A, I can't lift as heavy as I'd like to. B, I'm cranky. Oh, I'm so cranky, my bad. But I'm cranky. I can't lift as heavy. My mouth is super, super dry. Also, I don't feel as good. I feel drained. I feel tired. All these words that we're trying not to feel. Drink your water. You are made up of, 70% water? Drink water. Maybe it's even more than that. I need to fact check that. Okay. Prioritize your sleep. Prioritize drinking water. Another thing to prioritize, movement. I am not asking you to go to the gym and to deadlift or to bench press. I'm not even asking you to do sprints. I'm asking you to, I'm telling you. I am telling you to move your body. Even the busiest of persons, that's not a word, even the busiest of people, even the busiest of people will tell you that they make time to move their body. There was a quote that Mel Robbins said that if you want to get something done, ask a busy person. And I think she quoted that from somebody else. But it's so true, because they will make time for all of these things, including movement, even if they fucking hate it. That could literally be stretching, guys. Who doesn't love a good stretch? I mean, oh my God. I wish I stretched more because it feels that good. But I would probably fall asleep because then it makes me feel so good. But move, stretch, walk, dance, do whatever makes you happy. Move for 10 minutes, okay? At least 10 minutes, because then guess what? After 10 minutes, you might even find, oh my God, I want to do a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And then naturally, it becomes as natural as brushing your teeth. Move your body, okay? Sleep, water, movement, finances. Prioritize your finances. I am not an expert in this situation yet, or in this scenario yet, but I can guarantee you, it wasn't my sleep that made me the most stressed. It wasn't my water. It wasn't my movement. It is my finances, for sure, was one of them. I own my condo. I paid for my car, which is why I'm so damn proud that I paid off my car. I pay for my dogs. Oh my gosh. And I could go on and on and on about the things in life that I pay for. And I know you could too. And this is not a comparison thing. You get it. The world is expensive. When the fuck did groceries become so expensive? Can we go back to that? Same thing with gas. I remember the first time I learned how to fill up my gas tank, and it was $1.80. And I'm sure there was times when it was even cheaper than that. $1.80 per gallon. Here in Maryland, it's about $3.50 on a good day. So, finances can be a massive stressor. Please talk to a financial advisor if you feel like you are genuinely struggling. Talk to your partner about ways that you can get down your credit card debt. Do something about your finances because, yes, money cannot buy you happiness. I repeat, money cannot buy you happiness. It does not matter how many things in the world you have that you've bought. It's not going to make you happy. But it doesn't help when you are constantly in debt. I'm not telling you to have the most perfect credit score either. Ryan has this thing where he thinks that he should have an 800 credit score at all times, and I'm very impressed with him, but I understand that that's not realistic. But do something about it. Talk to somebody, create a savings plan, open up a high yield savings account, and do something about your finances. It does not help when you're already stressed and you've already had a bad day to then go into your bank account and be like, fuck, that sucks. With that comes your energy. Are you genuinely putting your energy into things that are worth your energy? Are you giving energy to the right people? Your energy to the right people? Because I'll tell you what, this was the other thing that really, really drained me. I hated when, actually, I should start over. I hated it when I would go to work and I had a client and I was like, you know what? I'm really struggling. But I'm so excited. I genuinely am so excited that I get to go see this person. I haven't seen them in a week. I want to make sure that they're doing okay. I heard so-and-so is talking to a new guy, or, so-and-so just bought a new house, or they got a new dog, or you know what? She's got a test coming up. Whatever it is, I loved seeing my clients. But there were times when some of them just killed me. Oh my God. It's like I came in either really happy or not the best, but I wanted to give them the ultimate experience every time I saw them because they deserved that. And God, were they like battery drainers. It was like they came in and they would start exercising and all of a sudden they were just like, but the world sucks. Everything sucks. How's your day going? Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, but that sucks. Let's talk about it. What's going on? Oh, nothing. What the fuck? Obviously something's bothering you and now you're really annoying to talk to. I know you guys have either somebody at work who's like that, a family member who's like that, a friend who is like that. Don't give them your energy. I had to learn that the hard way. I had to learn the hard way. I finally had to cut those people out of my life and just say, I'm so sorry, but I can't train you anymore. And you don't have to tell them, oh, it's because you're a whiny bitch. But you can tell them, hey, you know what? This is really not a healthy relationship anymore. I've tried. You've done this. It's okay. But I think it's time we close this chapter. Or I think it's time that we give each other some space. You are totally allowed to say that. Find a way that makes it worth it for you. Even if it's your partner. I've heard so many people tell me, but he just doesn't do it this way, or she just doesn't like to do that. It's clearly taking up your energy if you have to talk about it. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with talking about it. But what are you going to do about it? I'm going to ask you guys that question so many times. What are you going to do about it? Don't let them drain your energy. With that comes the other thing you need to prioritize. So we're still on the topic of prioritizing. Time. Your energy and your time, to me, are even more valuable than the sleep, water, movement, and finances. Because those you don't get back. If you are choosing to give somebody an ounce of your time, even if it's 10 minutes, it better be valuable. Because you guys, you know what we really need to start doing? We really need to look at ourselves in the mirror and realize who the fuck we are. You are amazing. And you deserve so fucking much that you don't give yourself. So if you are going to let somebody walk all over you, you're going to let them drain your energy, you're going to let them waste your time, that's on you. You are a boss. You are, I'm going to go all like girl power here. But for anybody listening, girls, guys, I don't care. Whoever you are that's listening, you have a purpose here. You have a job to do. And you don't have the time to let other people take your time. We all get 24 hours in a day. And it's up to you how you spend that 24 hours. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you give even 20 minutes of that 24 hours to somebody who you regret it later, you better not do it again. Because guess what? You're going to regret it again the next time. And the next time. Oh, but I haven't seen that friend in so long. And you know what? She was so nice that one time. This friend was great. But like, I don't know. I feel like I have to go and hang out with them. No, you don't. Don't give up your time to people who don't deserve it. Really think about that. You get to decide how you spend your time. Even at work. If you don't feel like you work in an environment that is truly serving you, that is pushing you to do better, that is encouraging you, that is helping you out when you make mistakes, leave. I know it's scary, but leave. I had to do that. I felt like I worked at a place where everybody was so negative. And the year I left, a lot of other people did too. And that's not because I left. That's just something I noticed. You get to control a lot of these things that I've just mentioned. Your sleep, the amount of water you drink, your movement, your finances, and the two most important ones, your energy and your time. You are responsible for your life and you need to start prioritizing it. Sometimes I joke that I'm a part-time therapist because the amount of people who talk to me about all these things, I just don't know what to do. I could write this down and hand it to you on the most beautiful piece of paper you've ever seen. But if you don't do anything about it, you won't see the change. So take this episode as your wake-up call. You need to prioritize your life. If any of these, really ring a bell, and if there's any of them that I really recommend that you start first, please start with your energy and your time. Start with who gets to take up some of your energy, what gets to take up your energy, how your energy is being spent, and the exact same thing with your time. You will never get this day back. And I know that's really depressing. So you better use it wisely. That's prioritizing. You need to prioritize your life. And that was all that was all tip number 1. Tip number 2, you need to plan ahead. Yup. You know what? I've never heard anybody say that they love meal prepping. I hate it. It's a pain in the ass, and I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I will do anything to prep the easiest lunches possible because I hate it. It takes up time, and there's a lot of beautiful meal prepping services out there, but I can't afford those. And honestly, sometimes I don't like them. I've tried a few of them. It's just not worth it. Groceries are really expensive, but so are those. So, no. You know what I'm going to meal prep? Easy shit. I'm going to cut up an apple. I'm going to cut up some carrots and celery and get a little thing of peanut butter. I'm going to get a bowl of yogurt and throw some granola on it. And bam, I planned ahead. You know what I also did? I saved myself from having to go buy lunch because I forgot my lunch. I also just made sure that I just had a nutritious lunch with some fruits, some veggies, some healthy fats, some healthy carbs, and a good source of protein. Bam! I win because I planned ahead. I'm not telling you to have the most perfect macros in the entire world and make sure you have them every fucking day. But I am telling you that if you know you have a long day, don't you dare come to the gym later or go to work later or go to pick up your kids. Oh my God, I'm so hungry and I didn't know what else to do, so I got this. And I just spent all this money on this $15 smoothie that I probably could have made at home for maybe equivalent of $3. Guess who didn't prioritize their time? You see how these are going to start connecting? Plan ahead. If you know you have a busy day, pack some snacks that you know are going to make you feel good. Another phrase that I use a lot is fuel your body. If you are not fueling your body properly, you're going to feel like shit. If you put the wrong type of gas in your car, it's not going to function the right way. Don't put water in when you need gas. Fuel your body properly. You can't put milk in a car. You need gas. Just like your body, you can't just keep loading it up with shit. We can't put in soda and chips and this and that. Sometimes we can. But every day? No wonder you're fucking tired. No wonder you're not sleeping good. No wonder you don't feel like moving. No wonder your energy is at level negative 100. Plan ahead and be smart. That includes your food. That includes knowing what your schedule is going to be like. That includes actually following that schedule. If you know it's going to be a busy day and, oh, you know what? I have a desk job and I'm never going to get up because I don't want to drink water. You better fucking bring a big jug of water and you drink that shit because guess what? You're going to have to pee. I need a shirt or something that talks about how much we have to pee when we drink all this water because that is the number one, and I can't make this up. That is the number one reason that people tell me they don't want to drink a lot of water is because they don't want to feel like they always have to pee. I don't care. Get your water in. Plan ahead. Get a big jug. Have an accountability buddy. I mentioned this in one of my posts. I did not feel like working out this weekend, and I have been working out for years. So guess what? Don't you dare rely on motivation because that shit doesn't exist. It's consistency. It's discipline. It's determination. Those are the things that we need to work on and that we need to rely on and that we need to make happen. I can't even rely on my discipline. Actually, I can. I can at this point in my life. But if you're beginning, no, you can't. You're not disciplined yet. And that's okay. You're a beginner. Get an accountability buddy if you can't do it yourself. There's also nothing wrong with saying that you can't do it by yourself. It is totally, totally okay to admit that you need a buddy or you need to just shoot somebody a text and be like, hey, fuck this. I'm up really early, but I did it. You do what you got to do, but you make that shit happen and you plan ahead. All right, something that's going to make me feel really good this week. And maybe like maybe like 3 walks this week. Okay. Pick the days that you're going to do those walks. Don't pick Monday if Monday's the shittiest day for you. Don't pick Tuesday if you know damn well that on Tuesdays you like to sleep in. Plan ahead. You know your schedule best. You know yourself the best. Make sure you pick what works for you. Another massive mistake that I've done before and that a lot of my friends have done. Don't force yourself to be something you're not. I'm going to say that again. Don't force yourself to be something you're not. If you are not, if you are not a morning person, do not start off by doing this in the morning. I know a lot of people will disagree with me on this, but hear me out. If you already hate the mornings, because I know some people like this, don't force yourself to get up. Pick a time of day that you actually like. And work out then. For me, when I first started out, I hated getting up early. I did. I'm not a morning person. Well, now I am, but again, previous Julie was not a morning person. 5 years ago, Julie was not a morning person. I wanted to just get up, go to work, teach my students, and go home. Well, that wasn't going to get me my goals. Yeah, I was going to get paid, but that didn't help anything. So what did I do? Well, instead of leaving work and going straight home, I left work and I went to the gym. I started to really like that 4 o'clock gym time for me because it was right before the rush hour came in. So here's everybody getting off their 5 o'clock job now coming into the gym. So the gym was still pretty empty for me. So I liked that. I didn't have to get up earlier. I finished my day. I had to go to the gym because I'm in my car, and I would have had to consciously make that decision to drive to my parents' house or to drive to the gym. And yeah, the first few times it was like, fuck, turn left, don't turn right, go to the gym. But nobody has ever left the gym being like, that was the worst decision of my life. No, you leave the gym so damn proud because you did it. Even if you had the shittiest workout you've ever had, there's no such thing as a shitty workout unless you didn't try. So find a time of day that works for you. Actually, that time of day still works for me. I still like going after work because I like to go to work, do my shit, go to the gym, let it all out, and then I come home and I'm not a bitchy fiance. Brian knows. So, prioritize your life. That includes sleep, water, movement, finances, energy, and time. Number 2, plan ahead. Maybe that means you need to meal prep. Maybe it means you need to create a schedule and actually follow it. Bring that big ass jug of water. There's tons of them on Amazon. Have an accountability buddy if you need to, and don't rely on motivation. Be disciplined. Be determined. Be your biggest cheerleader because nobody else is going to make your goals happen except for you. And last but not least, work on your mindset. You cannot go into the gym and just say to yourself the entire time. I mean, you can, but go with my example. Fuck, 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 fuck. That was a lot of fucks. And it didn't get you anywhere, did it? Now, I'm not going to pretend like there aren't days when I am in a pissed off mood and I just got to go to the gym and I'm just going to do it because I fucking have to and I want to fucking be healthy and fuck. But guess what? Later when I get home, I feel pretty good. I guess I'm pretty proud that I went. But actually, if you live every day like a negative Nelly, like a big ass sourpuss, nobody's gonna want to be around you. Remember what we talked about with your energy and your time? The same thing goes for other people. If you are a battery sucker, You're an energy drainer. I sure as fuck don't want to be around you. And I guarantee you a lot of other people don't. And maybe you're thinking, no, that's not true, Julie. I complain a lot and I am kind of more of a pessimist, but I've still got some friends. Okay. But are they also energy drainers? Because I can think of a few people right now who, in my past, I have genuinely chosen to separate myself from them. And I noticed that I thought they had so many friends and I wanted to be just like them. But when I finally removed myself from them and looked at the people around them, that was also energy suckers. That was a group of energy suckers. Why would I want to be around that? Why would I want to be a part of that? Why would I want to be associated with that? This is the one life I get. And if I choose to constantly be negative, no matter how much shit has happened, remember, guys, this is a positive episode today. If I want to be associated with that, then that is all I'm ever going to have. Everybody's going to associate me with that mindset. Oh yeah, she's so fucking negative. Oh my God, she complains all the time. She bitches all the time. Oh, she's always in a bad mood. Oh my God, don't ask her to do that. She's gonna say no. She's too stressed. She can't do that. Oh yeah, no, she's really grumpy a lot. I don't want that. I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying to better my life. I'm trying to recognize that even though I'm a busy person, it's not healthy to be so negative. I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody likes a negative Nelly. And I don't know if that's a children's book, but it should be. Nobody likes a negative Nelly. You can't be healthy and constantly be unhappy. Nobody wants to be around that. And I'm going to keep saying that because it's important that you fix your mindset. And I'm going to keep yelling it. Get a journal. Truly start writing down and reflecting. What happened to you today? What pissed you off? What are you holding on to that is making you so mad? Because guess what step number 1 was? Prioritizing our life. There is probably something in there that you're not prioritizing. And it could be something I haven't even mentioned yet. But if you really want to be productive and healthy, you need to fix your mindset. You need to work on your mindset. You need to have a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. Your health is mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. It is so much more than your BMI. It is so much more than your weight. Your health is the most important thing, and you only get right now to work on it. So, I'm going to wrap this up. I was very passionate for this episode today, but honestly, it was the most requested one. It's the one that I feel the strongest about. And with that, I genuinely want you to take these tips. If there's anything I want more, it is this right now. I want you to genuinely try. Prioritize your life. Make your life look like the way you wish it would look. Because you can make it happen. No, you can't just make a mansion happen. No, you can't just make $1 million show up. But how does the future you, how do you want the future you to look, to feel, to think? Those are important things. What do you want them to say? What do you want their outlook on life to be like? Because fine, if you want it to be constantly negative, fine, go ahead. But I guarantee you, you're not going to ever find happiness. And that's not healthy. It is not. Prioritize your life. All aspects of it. Plan ahead. You can't plan for everything, but do your best and work on your mindset. I know these are hard to do at first, especially if you've never done them before. I know it takes courage to genuinely change your life for the best. Sometimes the most important things and the best things for us are the hardest things that we have to do. But I really, really do believe in you, and I really think that you can do this. My inbox is always open. My platform on Instagram at the Busy Life Podcast is always a safe space. So is my health and fitness podcast. My gosh, not my health, not my health and fitness podcast. My health and fitness Instagram at Julie_goes_healthy. It is always a safe place. And please don't be afraid to ask for help. I feel like a lot of the things I'm going to say over and over again, but that's because these are the most important things to remember. If you want to be a busy person, I consider myself a busy person, and I'm very proud of who I am. But you can't be busy and be unhealthy, because then you will be unsuccessful. You can be busy, you can be healthy, and you can do the two of those things at the same time if you prioritize your life, each step of it, each part of it. You plan ahead as best as possible with room for flexibility, and you work on your mindset. I believe in you. I love you. You got this, and you deserve this.